Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Dror and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to stream data using PySpark. Let's start. I will show you what we're gonna do, how it's gonna happen, and we'll look into the code a little bit and let's get started. Let's start with the code. Here we are going to use two different terminals, one where we will run the application, one where we will copy the data. We will mimic bringing data from a kind of upstream into a landing zone, and then the application will process that. And here we will have a monitoring notebook to see the data is actually being added on the fly. So let's start our application this way. It will start cluster, and then what we're gonna do, we have here, I prepared for us in the upstream, let's see, one of the files, for example this one. Let's stream it into our landing zone. So this will be data landing zone, and see here now in a second it processed 4 rows. So now we can start our monitoring application and see here that we have, wait a second, 4 rows from the file that we just ingested. We can now forward or copy another file, so the data upstream foo2, and we do it back to the landing zone. So now we have 4 new rows. I don't actually know why it shows twice. Maybe we will, when we will look into the code, we will see that. In any case, if I reload the data here, then we see that more data was ingested, and we can do it one more time. So now we take file 3, and it will ingest more data here, and indeed more characters from, I guess you know where. That's what I want to show you actually. And now let's look into the code. Okay, so the code itself is actually very straightforward, and we're using what's called structured streaming in Python, in PySpark, sorry. And the way it goes is this: it's this application. We specify at first the cluster we need, nothing special here, and then we define the schema of what we want to stream. Then we have a path where we want to specify how things flow. So we have an input, that's the landing zone. We have the output, that's where the table is persisted. And we need also to specify this checkpoint. This is where PySpark actually takes care of what was ingested and what's not, and how to do that. In the meantime, you see that a timeout happened. We will see it in a second, but our application actually stopped. Then this is the main dish, I would say. This is how it happens. Spark read stream. We specify the schema. We know it's a JSON, and we provide the input path. That's the landing zone. Then we add manipulate it. I'm just showing off here how you can process on the fly something, and we just add the length of the name. If we look it up here, so you see there is this column, and if we look at the files directly, then it doesn't have the length. This is being computed on the fly. And coming back to the application here, so we do this processing, and then here, this is the magic of streaming the persistence part. We use the write stream. Here we had the read stream and the write stream. We have to specify where to use the checkpoints also, and we can start this query. And then we get started here. Streaming query started. We can look it up. Wait a second, look it up here. Streaming data started. You see it here. And then this is the while loop where we have actually the process of reading, checking that whether there are new files or not, resetting a timer, and if there are no new files for more than the timeout seconds, then we're exiting the loop and we're stopping the process. That's actually all into it. I got to use this when I had to build some streaming using Databricks, and I wanted to use the Delta Live table and other things there, but then I thought maybe I can try directly with the structured streaming from PySpark. So I played with it, and this is kind of the minimal example that I came up with that gives you the way to stream data using Spark. Of course, there are lots of more things here. You need to think about security and performance, maybe in terms of the storage, and you name it. But that can be a good start. So if you want to start your own streaming application using PySpark, maybe you can enjoy this code. Leave some comments below. How did you find it? The video in general, the code here, the demo. Many of you who watched my videos, you're not subscribed, so don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, so you can keep track of the new content I post. And I thank you for your time. I'm Dr. Dror, and enjoy streaming.